Yeah.
Talking about your new CD, B, which is great. Could you tell us how the collaboration between you and Kanye West started, and working with him, did it bring anything new out of your artistic expression?
Yeah, well, B, it started point blank with just like me being hungry and me saying I want to create some raw hip hop. And Kanye came in the picture first of all for like almost 10 years now. Like he always studied and listened to No ID, who was the producer of my first 3 albums. So Kanye was like a student of him, and he was around, and we got to know each other, not well, but I would know him through his music that he was creating, and then we reconnected. When I went out on Electric Circus tour, he was out with Talib Kweli. When we started working in the studio, it became a really good bond. Like, I got to know him more as a person. I had watched him grow, or seen him grow, and noticed his growth as an artist and as a person, and saw that he was like a great leader. In the studio, man, we just was having fun, man, like creating music that we really feel and enjoy. And it was like sitting there and being like, man, this feel like some Pete Rock stuff. This feel like some Gangstar, you know. But we knew it was our stuff. It sounded like us, but it was like the feel of that, you know, and that felt good for us. And it was just two kids in there, you know, being able to really create the music they dream of.
Well, it seems it's interesting you're mentioning some of those great performances like Pete Rock and Gangstar.
Yeah.
And it seems like when I listen to your music, there's this bridging of the gap. Do you feel like a responsibility or just something you do to bridge the gap between the golden period of hip hop with today's generation? And I've heard of the native tongues.
Right. Well, I definitely feel a certain responsibility. First, I feel responsible to myself to be true to the music that I think is quality and that has integrity. So I feel that first. And then I also do feel like, man, you know, there's some shorties out there that don't know, like they don't get to hear the raw hip hop, like the spirit of that hip hop that we heard. So I be wanting them to hear it. You know, I don't change what I do for them, but I'm like, yo, after I create it, I'm like, I'm going out there to push it so that they can hear it and enjoy it and make a decision for themselves if they really love it, you know.
There's another thing I've noticed about your CDs, like on the first one you began with the bass line for Derek Hodges, who's the bass player for Terrence Blanchard. You had Roy Hargrove on your CD and yours on his.
Yeah.
One of the biggest hurdles for musicians such as yourself to get the current hip-hop generation to listen to other forms of black music like jazz and blues and rock?
Well, I think, you know, because, you know, our generation is so, like, used to, and our people is so used to the music that we listen to. I'm talking about as a whole. You always got, you know, certain people that go out and spread out and listen to all type of other things and have those eclectic tastes. But as a whole, we kind of, like, listen to the radio and listen and watch TV and listen to whatever, you know, the radio plays, and don't go out and seek music. We let the music come to us. So one of the biggest hurdles is just getting different music onto the radio. But you got to make that different music quality. You got to make it good, like, you know, for it to get on the radio, and then the kids get introduced to it, and it seems like they can feel it in their souls at that point. And it's almost like you don't get them too much. You don't go all the way over there, like, because if you do, then it's gonna be a shock treatment for them. They gonna be like, nah, that's too far. But if you like gradually take people there, then I think they can grow with it at that point.
So I wrap up. I have one last question.
Okay.
I do the community page on BET.com, which is kind of a place where we talk to young people. What would you encourage teens to get involved in their communities, cause-wise?
Yeah. Well, I think first it's just important that teens just can involve themselves in taking care of themselves, you know, more than even just, of course, you know, if you like doing certain things, whether it's music or sports, then you should definitely pursue that and have that fun aspect in your life. But also, I just encourage the teens to be like, man, you know, like, just take time to find out what they like to do. It may be reading, it may be something else, it may be drawing. You know, it could be going to a museum, whatever. Find out something that they like to do, and you know, when you do that, you just start knowing who you are. And when you know who you are, you go out amongst your friends and ain't scared to be you. You know, so I mean, I encourage them like to just be themselves and to love themselves, and that's it. I mean, and then involve yourselves in programs that you feel like gonna be something that's to your interest, something that you really like doing, so you ain't falsely up. Like my mama tried to have me play drums, but I didn't like drums, so I turned my drum into a basketball goal after a minute and started playing basketball on it. You know what I mean? So I mean, the point being is you got to find something you like as a shorty and follow that, whether it's your dream or whether it's your reality right now. Just follow it. Okay? Yeah.
What's up, DC? Put your ass